Good evening, welcome back. This is gonna be part 5 of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective on the Nintendo DS. I was somewhat stuck last night, but hopefully I managed to get unstuck this time. I've thought about it a little. What, do I have to restart the sequence from the beginning? Oh, I guess I have to, okay. Good evening, Quillix. It's only you right now. No, I already got through all that. Ah, yeah, okay, because of how I saved, I have to restart this puzzle from the beginning, but I have to watch the cutscene as well. Well, we already did yesterday, so... Yeah, I have to wait for the pigeon to get higher. Okay. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, missile. Sissel and missile. 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yup, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Campanella without him noticing. It's even worse than last time. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just touch the doggo icon. Okay, at first, only the dog can do anything. Okay, well let's just leave the doggo there for now. Hi, Jeff. Hope everything is going fine tonight. I have to wait for him to put the kettle on the ground. What's it like to feel pain? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Okay, that's my cue. Oops. No, I have to wait for him to turn around. Okay. What was that? Doing great, thank you. How about yourself? Doing good so far. Can't complain. Day's been doing great. Yeah, I have to wait for him to get shot and then to come back on the step ladder there. Well, the main gang is here. Hi, Monica. Okay, he got shot. Then he moves back. And now I can start moving. I'm doing fine, thanks. How about you? Well, this is about as far as I could get yesterday. But now this is something that I didn't think of trying yesterday, because the book has the same shape as the hat. As Rudy says, the boys have gathered. Mo, that's new. Just finished dinner, you're stuffed, and you're fancying some ice cream now. Well, go for one, I'd say. Aha! Oh, but the hat fell now. And now Dogo is inside the knit cap, I guess. But he can't swap them, or at least not yet. Well, would you look at that, right on the hook. I love knit hats, so warm and most of all soft. Today feels like one of those days where nothing goes right, so this is a great change. Because usually you only have days where everything is going your way. But like a clumsy day, yeah? Or something. Hopefully nothing too serious. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha, I thought so. Yeah, well... Yeah, you won't swap both of them, it seems. I made some more progress compared to yesterday, so... This was another condition of my deal, to wipe out everybody who knew Temzik. He's going to shoot, it's too late. Again? I'm going to get shot again? No, wait, our chance is coming up. I think... Yeah. Is this it? Last split second, he said. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. Your hair wouldn't do as you wanted. Your dog threw up as you were going out the door, got a bunch of mosquito bites, and met someone I really didn't want to meet. So it's small things, but had it up, it's just, yeah, okay. Yeah, get some chocolate, any kind of comfort food, make yourself cozy, and just try to relax. The day is mostly over. What could go wrong now? I hope I didn't jinx anything by saying that. Got a nice cup of tea in the live stream, so you're good now. That's good to hear. Awesome. But I'm here in the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Well, I've thought about it actually. Because I thought of the shape of the hat being resting on the stepladder, but that would look like the complete bullet and shell, whereas here it's not the shell that's being exposed from the gun, it's just the tip of the bullet, if you like. So the tip of that thing would look like the shape of the silk hat or something. Now, is that the good direction? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought, actually, yeah. I never saw a bullet before. It has such a cute little shape, doesn't it? I can check out the bullet's shape on the top screen. Yeah. Okay, got it. Now I know what it's shaped like. Well, it's that or the helmet that's on the ground. But I guess the helmet, I had to interact with it so that the spot for the wool hat would be free. Because otherwise, then I would have to exchange the bullet for the helmet, I guess. But I don't think the game would let me anyway, so... And the guy didn't notice anything? That fake Sissel guy? I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. It happens in like 0.001 seconds. And now I say again, I love knit hats, so warm and most of all soft. Did I do alright? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too, over and over. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together? That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. Yeah, he's super cute. You're right, Missile, and there's a certain guy I have to follow too. Wool hats and chill. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanilla, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to believe that. So what? The guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation unit all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Well, what can they do? It can't be killed. There is no ice cream, so I will eat some fruits instead. No ice cream. No! How could that happen? Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, buddy of mine. Trick time. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success, but in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase death, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yes, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him? Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Judd, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanilla. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yeah, what did he mean? 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation, and then I did it. I made 2 very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'll telling ya? I think they mean I'm telling ya. I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under obligation to talk, of course, but if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement, but I was too green. I pushed him too hard, I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake, and then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanilla, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. You left him alone. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. Ah, okay. Yeah, that was a pretty good mistake. How could you indeed? He used my gun to escape when he said what he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard of him. About him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time, and in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them 2 predictions. He foresaw 2 completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those 2 inmates at the special prison, eh? The country of Zengfa? I don't know, it's these blue-skinned people who I thought were aliens. I guess they were just foreigners. We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. Jeff is also one of them. Lanxi says, blue guys aren't ours. That restaurant, the chicken kitchen. Yeah, these two folks. And the fake forensic agent from the junkyard much earlier, at the very beginning of the game. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage, Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit, and because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it. Man, Zhao shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. So he was actually working on finding out the truth? I guess he was a good guy after all then. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years though. The manipulator is going to prove that Zhao is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Zhao, why didn't you help him escape from prison? To maintain appearances, I guess? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. Oh, it's just as simple as that then. And he himself has to be executed, you know? As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, hey? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around. Give it time, but there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Which is? Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know? I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse, hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. Yeah, I guess it makes more sense than him being completely crushed by the meteorite. Otherwise, there wouldn't be much of his body left, I guess. And that also explains how he was killed, but not Lynn, who he was holding hostage at the time. If it was just like a tiny fragment of the meteorite, like no bigger than a bullet, maybe, then he got pierced by that, I suppose, and died instantly. But then the radiations of the meteorite gave him the powers he has, I suppose. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished. Well, more like it got up and left, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity too. That's the only way I can describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, alright, no question about that, but there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. Welcome, Black. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. Was listening, but doing something else? Okie dokie. Imagine if anyone had been in the room too, how terrorizing that would have been. Yeah. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. Hi, Link! Been playing some pretty damn nice games recently. This and No More Heroes. Yep, indeed. This one is my first time playing. I had never played it before, this one. It was on my backlog, like most things anyway. Langshi says, blue guys aren't ours. Yeah, that one. Ah, yeah, that's what you meant, Jeff. That's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded, nobody could have stolen that body. But there is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? I actually just replayed this earlier this year alongside a friend who was a first-timer. Yeah, some of the puzzles are kinda tough to figure out. Especially now that I'm starting to get closer to the end of the game. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation. I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. There are definitely some situations here and there where it trips you up because you didn't think something could interact in a certain way. Yeah. And I guess I haven't seen the worst of it yet, since I'm not quite done with it yet. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. Yeah, that's what I said earlier, that there was the same type of aura around both things. The body and that meteorite. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell, and just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. really has been figuring it out mostly on his own with only minimal help from the game. Sometimes the hints that the game gives you, yeah, with those little text bubbles that pop up at the top of the screen, that can be helpful, yeah. At the time I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die, only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. Yeah, dancing is always the right word. With this guy. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temzik. Is that you, baby? I actually always read the text bubbles, felt like they were part of the story. Yeah, and sometimes, well, especially when Missile is involved and that sort of thing, it's quite humorous as well. Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? Yeah. I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite that struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." Well, you can say that again. And that's when I put 2 and 2 together, baby. The manipulator case and Temzik were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Lots of exposition right now. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd. That's right, Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device, but there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce, no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Ah, there's Lynn. Inspector Cabanela. He just got shot with a knit hat in the head, in the face. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector who you always looked up to. Is that really the image he had of him? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character, I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody is in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight. I really thought we finally had him, but my body gave out on me at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ah, ah, ah. But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd, the minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. I feel like it would have been better if he had just told her. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, or maybe he didn't want her to do anything illegal, maybe? Maybe he was doing it to protect her, but then again, yeah, it could be argued that he could have told her, yeah. But then, you wouldn't be such a shady badass. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. It says Dick Gumshoe coat. Now, start calling everyone pal while we're at it. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, pal. It works. Totally does. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. So how are you liking this before the final conclusion anyway? Lots of old school Ace Attorney vibes here, which is great. And I just come off of finishing Ace Attorney Investigations 2, so I was still very much in the Ace Attorney mood, so playing this one now, it's just the right time for me to do so. Now I've played every Ace Attorney game that I can play. I can't play those on the 3DS, but that's about it. Well, for now anyway. Oh wow, first he cosplays Larry and now he cosplays Gumshoe? Yeah, well, that's the vibe I'm getting anyway. I mean, what he was wearing before, yeah, reminds me of Loris Donim, and now he resembles Scruffy. Glad you like it. And I guess his death row inmate outfit could be likened to, what's this Street Fighter character? Well, no, it was a Final Fight character, actually. I think it was Cody from Final Fight 3 is wearing that same kind of outfit. Or it's in Street Fighter Alpha 3, I think, that Cody from Final Fight wears this prison inmate kind of thing. The fan translation of Investigations 2 was amazing. If I didn't know, I wouldn't have noticed, honestly. You're also only missing the 3DS Grace Attorney stuff. Well, I haven't played those that were released our way. I haven't played them either because I didn't buy them because we didn't get a physical release, but now I kind of wish I did. Well, I wouldn't have been able to play them because the 3DS is region locked, but... Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Well, I managed to get there before. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine, I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Yeah, who's this guy anyway? Each one of us, for his or our own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. He found friends now. Chapter 16. Lynn kept her promise about getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang. Hello? This is Jowd. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you. Why can't we see the face of who's calling? Is it really who he says he is? Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end. Yeah, it looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight. I'm the one who should be thanking you. At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally gonna find all my answers. I'd better go. He's breaking the fourth wall. A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel, but that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. But the phone line goes through that thing that the submarine seems to be connected to? I don't think so, Quillix, no. I think there's a few more left. I didn't spoil myself any of the story, but I wanted to know about the number of chapters, and I think there's a few more still. So that's why I couldn't really know in advance if today would be the finale or not. There might still be a little bit for tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. It depends how complex the puzzles are going to be, I guess. If I can figure them out fast enough, then I might be able to reach the ending tonight, but if not, then I will more comfortably just take my time with it tomorrow night. We'll see. And I just reached the center of the web. Welcome to the Yonoa. Detective Jowd. My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark. That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jowd. I used your phone. Hope you don't mind. Egad, never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate. And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation. A submarine, eh? But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew where the Yonoa was going to surface. Confound it! Maybe... Depends. We detectives have a little saying. If there's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals. I've been playing about 3 to 4 chapters a day so far, but since these are supposed to be the last few, they're bound to be the hardest as well. The bullet the man in red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it. Okay. I have a little something for you. It's the Dragon Radar. For finding the Dragon Balls. Depends on how well he can solve the puzzles. Yep, exactly. Cabanela has been given me some pretty weird presents in the past, but they always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver made to look like a pocket watch. Yes, Inspector Cabanela. I hear he's an excellent investigator. By the way, where is that man in red? I know he's on this submarine somewhere. Ah, Sissel, you mean? You can relax, that's nothing but his shell. He's not in it right now? His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely right about now, he's controlling your daughter. Uh-oh. Please, I beg you, let my daughter go. I wonder if me, as Sissel, if I can take control of his body. If he's not in it. Please, I beg you, let my daughter go. If you need a hostage, take me. Just please, let her go. Or if I can't control the body itself, maybe I can use my ghost tricks on the little piece of meteorite that's inside. Since my ghost powers of the dead don't seem to allow me to take control of a person. But if he is already dead, is he really a person? Is he not just a ghost inhabiting a corpse that doesn't decompose because of the bit of meteorite that's inside of it? There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However it would appear, Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here. Bargaining chip? A ghost in the shell? Ghost in the shell. Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers. Oh, they took out the piece of meteorite, so now he can't possess his body anymore? Actually, I haven't seen a ghost in the shell yet. What in the world was that? The Temsig fragment. Quoi? Bah non, il est pas près de moi. Parce que je sais, mais au jardin, va. Au jardin, va! Death. Anyway. The Temsig fragment, it gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded, as far as we're concerned. What are you talking about? What a mistake to make, right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jowd. Farewell. He's not gonna get killed again, is he? Wait, what? What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Jowd, where did he go? It was so sudden I jumped. Sorry. What now? I think I heard an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I'd better find them, and fast. Well, they left. What's that? So you're here, huh? It's Missile! Yes, I think even I remember who you are by now. What do you suppose that shock was a minute ago? I have no idea, of course, but I'm just a little shelter department dog. What's with my loss of memory, I can't say I'm much better. Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla. So cute indeed. Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out? I'm sorry to say I don't think I can. It can. Why did I even bother to ask? But you do have the power to swap objects. So let's go find that lady detective and the little lady together. You got it! Always so excited. Well, there's a phone. The telephone is ringing. Wow, it's Miss Camilla, I just know it. My trusty nose is practically screaming at me. I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Anyway, let's get that phone before it stops ringing. You bet. Well, I can't do much with Dogo being here. Let's see, I imagine I have to do this. Keep swapping them. Oh. I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. I've got a bad feeling about this. Sissel, look! That black hello. It came off the hook. Uh-oh, I'd better answer it fast. Hello? Is anybody there? It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you? Somebody please answer. I guess she can't hear my voice. You too, huh? Oh good, I thought she was ignoring me. Somebody help me, Lynn. Lynn is... She said Lynn? Miss Lynn! We better hurry. Let's go, Sissel. I guess I have no choice. Black hello, such an adorable thing to call it. It's no use, nobody's answering. Oh no, Lynn is dead again. Well, death number 5, I guess. Miss Camilla, and Miss Lynn. Oh, poor Miss Lynn. Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. It looks like another tragedy has happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady. Sissy, I knew you'd come. She calls him Sissy again. Miss Camilla. And Missile too. I'm so glad to see you're alright. Well, I wouldn't say I'm alright exactly. Hey, wait a minute, Missile, your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere before. What, my voice? That's right. Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missile's voice before when he saved her that time. So that was you, wasn't it, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you. Miss Camilla, I'm so glad I was born your little doggy. Hey, Missile. Could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while? Huh? But don't you need my powers? I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Missile. Yeah, I have to save Lynn's life. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit too far, so I have to turn it. There. Oh, Sissel, you're here. Lynn, what in the world happened here? I don't know. Huh? I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Got a visit for your grandma, Jeff? I need a dog like Missile myself. Just as cute and helping you out every time you die, saving your life. She blacked too. Hello, Grandma Jeff. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know in that case. And where's Detective Jowd? Is he alright? I don't know. Huh? The room he was in just disappeared all of a sudden. Now it's all making even less sense than before. This is Lynn Death Count 5. Yup, indeed. It is. After we left the Super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter Inspector Cabanela fired into him with the bullet. The man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Jowd and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat, and then we sneaked onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. Cabanela, smart boy. Before long, the submarine dove back down again. Detective Jowd and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I would look for Camilla. He had to let me on board. I found Camilla hiding here in the engine room. She had escaped and run away here. Wow, that's quite an adventure. What happened next? I don't know. Huh? There was a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Oh boy, it sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself. Is this a Darwin Awards worthy death? Camilla, are you okay? Uh-oh. Ah, yes, she was being possessed, I guess, at that time. Hello, Lynn, or is it Detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met. Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago? Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself. Give Camilla back, she has nothing to do with any of this. Afraid I can't do that, this is my last chance. The phone is ringing. It's not for me, nobody ever calls the dead. Wow. Badass little girl. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed. Lolly with a gun. Revenge plan? It didn't happen tonight, did it? His execution. Well, knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter? I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry about what happened to you. But revenge? Nobody could possibly know what I've... Huh? What in the world? An explosion? Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Look out! Oh. I guess he left her body when she went unconscious. I guess That body that he is possessing right now does not have the same powers as his old body, which is kind of invincible, like indestructible, if you like. Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand. Of course not, you're not him. She's right, I'm not him. Am I? He was going to shoot Detective Jowd as Camilla when he came to rescue her. It's just too horrible. Anyway, let's bring you back to life. Again. You didn't have to add the again part. Yeah, but again, if Sissel sees anything moving, he'll know that I'm here and that I'm trying to prevent Lynn's death, so, So let's see, the cause of death this time was that mysterious explosion. You're pretty up for a dead woman. She with a gun reminded me of this image. I can't watch it right now, what is it? You know how detectives love a good mystery? It's like a shot of vitamins. And what do you mean for a dead woman? Anyway, I guess we should look for a way to stop that explosion. Alright, let's do this thing. Finding clues is like a dose of minerals to a detective. I'm afraid with my memory loss, I have no idea what vitamins or minerals are. Lolly with a gun? Can't do much right now. I have to wait for her to get closer with the gun, I guess. It's a thumbnail of a YouTube video. Yes, I can see what you mean. Mini boss fight. Phone is ringing. Nobody ever calls the dead. Okay, now I can probably move. Okay. Who's calling anyway? Oh, let me guess. Missile? Why does she walk back instead of getting the gun from her? Well, maybe she doesn't want to fight her, risking to get her hurt, I guess, or killed. It's no use, I can't get the line to work. That's funny. I thought I could use the phone in the past if somebody was calling. What are you talking about? The receiver has to be off the hook first, silly. Well, don't look at me. I can't do it. I don't have any hands or feet right now. Somebody please answer the phone. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was looking for something to pick up the phone for me. She should be able to just grab the gun when she is holding it backwards with the hands nowhere near the trigger. She did the same stupid thing the first time she died. She could have grabbed the hitman's gun, but she just ran. Yeah, that's not, yeah, untrue. Would you walk towards a person with a gun? But especially that person, I guess. Yeah, there is that argument in favor of what's happening, I guess. Hey, we somehow managed to knock down the receiver. Somehow managed? Who's to say that's not how I planned it? Come on, hurry, now's your chance to get on the phone. It might be Detective Jowd. She's right, I'd better check it out. Missile? I know. Pointed towards them while they are a 12-year-old body, yes. How is she even holding it like that? Maybe it's another of these powers of the dead, I guess. Having more strength than the body can normally manage physically. Hello? Anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here on the double. We're about to head out. Speak up, why don't you answer? Anyway, come if you're coming. We're leaving. Maybe I should go there to prevent the explosion? So it must be true what they say, that there are restless ghosts on board. How do you know she isn't ripped as fuck? Under these clothes? It'd be a bit surprising, but not impossible indeed. That there are restless ghosts on board. New info has been added. That does it. I promise to turn over a new leaf, Mom. Who is he calling restless ghosts? Lolly with abs. And pecs and biceps and all the junk. Well, it's true. Neither of us is really resting in peace. Anyway, it looks like the sub just lost one of its crew. I guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly. Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here. Bargaining chip. It's Detective Jod. What's going on there? I saw this little deal go down once before. In just a moment, the man in red is about to get his Temsic fragment taken away. And all that junk, I said. All those muscles. I don't get it. What's happening? They decided to conclude the deal without the other party present. They're just going to go ahead and steal the Temsic fragment. But that's cheating. I think we have more important things to think about right now. Where is the Temsic fragment going to go? It's already too far away. Dang. Okay, like that. But I'm stuck now, though. Should I turn this, maybe? What did that accomplish? Sorry, I should catch up with the chat now. What? A lolly trap? I'm glad I'm not the only one who went there after he said that. Really, he's talking about a particular missile, so this is all Cabanella's fault. No, I wasn't talking about a particular muscle, but you're free to draw all the conclusions you want from this. More power to you, if you like. Nothing's happening. It sure seems like it should do something. Maybe it's just some kind of ornament. It won't budge. Maybe it's broken? Oh well, I guess I don't have to lower it right now. And if I ever had to move it, I could probably get Lynn to do it for me. Not that. I seem to be stuck. What? Was I in control while that stone was moving? On that conveyor belt. Yep, now I seem to be properly stuck. The objective has been achieved. Might have missed the opportunity. I think I did, yeah. Now we detach the control room as planned. Yes, sir. Farewell, sir. Yeah, there was only one shot at this, I guess. Sissel, what just happened? The whole room just disappeared with Detective Jowd in it. Don't worry, Lynn. I bet Detective Jowd can take care of himself. The main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady. Can't believe this is happening. Now then, I'd better hurry along before Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me. The you know I will be his coffin. May it lie buried here in the deep sea forever. Farewell, Sissel. They're all crammed in that, yeah. The story escalated quickly. Yeah, he's intending to sink the submarine for good. Haha, so that's the cause of that giant explosion. Huh? What is? Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo, it's like, well, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you? Yeah, sure, but a different missile comes more readily to mind. It looks like he plans to sink the submarine with that thing. I'm not sure you're screwed, though. I don't know, we'll see. This is not good. We have to do something before that torpedo is fired. Hey, wait, it's a phone? We can't let it launch, but what can we do? Let's just get the torpedo as fast as we can. Maybe we can find a way to stop it somehow. Somehow? A true detective never gives up. Well, we certainly can't just ignore it. They don't seem to point out the fact that I'm stuck, so, what can I do? Yeah, this is not the best situation to be in, I guess. There's no time. It's gonna launch. It's no use. There's nothing we can do from here. Trick time. Usually, when you are stuck, the game tells you, there goes the missile. Now there's really nothing we can do. If only our missile was here right now. I bet he'd try to take it head on for us. Yeah, I bet he would. Looks like we'd better rethink this whole thing. Yeah, I do appear to be completely stuck. Can't do anything. I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know what to tell you, man. You gotta stop the torpedo, the game. What in the world? An explosion? Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Okay. Yeah, and so the reason that Sissel wasn't in her anymore, I guess he left her there to die, trying to get out of the submarine himself, maybe one way or another. I can't believe it sank his own submarine. What a waste. Okay, but more importantly, we need to get to that torpedo. I'd better find a path to hit somehow. Still so many mysteries. Yeah, let's go back after the fate change. Ah, yeah, that's where the telephone goes. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah! No, too late. Or maybe not. What? Come on. What, I did use the valve, didn't I? Pretty short game, to be honest. I guess the length has everything to do with how fast you can solve the puzzles. Ah, the Temzik fragment, you're mine at last. Well, was that really what I was supposed to do? Because then I leave, and that doesn't solve the problem, I guess. The objective has been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned. Yes, sir. Farewell, sir. If I leave with them, maybe I can stop them from leaving, you think? Now then, I'd better hurry along. Maybe you can stop them from leaving and they will stop the torpedo for you. Well, they will not initiate it at all, maybe. Before Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me, the Yonoa will be his coffin. No, okay, no, it's already done. May it lie buried here in this deep sea forever. Farewell, Sissel. What other way to stop the torpedo anyway? I don't know. Maybe use the fragment of meteorite to reach another place inside the submarine that I couldn't reach otherwise, like the room above. Before the room leaves, I could have been aboard the room that left. And aha, so that's the cause of that giant explosion. Huh? What is? Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo. Yeah, okay, yeah, we've already had that. I was left in the capsule, okay. Yeah, I didn't leave with them. Yeah. Yeah, now I get it because I can see it, yeah. Yeah, I guess I can't possess the fragment itself. I think I was too late. There's no time, it's gonna launch. Don't worry, we can still find a way to stop it. How? Even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? Can we unscrew the head, maybe? There's still something we can do. I hope. Why was the I hope at the end the strongest part of that sentence? Okay, here goes. Well, at least this is new. I didn't get that far before. Big brain time. Why is there always a rat in these things? It's always a rat, one way or another. Also, poor thing. I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. Not the rat. It's rat powered. If they had the rat running in a little wheel to power the thing, that would be even funnier. But anyway, I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. But was this really the best move? I think so. We just have to keep it from going off, right? I'm sure this poor little rat would thank us too. How in the world did it get in here? Ratatouille 2 confirmed. What does the developers have against rats? It's part of the weird anti-rat cult. I think these outside parts are supposed to be weights of some sort. The spinning black things, right? Apparently their spinning helps the torpedo maintain balance. They must be pretty heavy. I wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow. What does he have to say? Do you know how a torpedo works? No idea. Well, they were killing them in the Miles Edgeworth investigation game too. They were? No, I can't say I do. Wow, detectives sure know a lot. I saw it explained once in the book. On impact. The plump lady? The plump lady in the first game had poison for them. I feel like this was so long ago already. On impact, the fuse and the tip is depressed. That in turn sets off the detonator. But no, you said Miles Edgeworth Investigation. That's not the last game I played. It was Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the last one I played. The one that's titled what you said is the first game. So I was casting myself further back, but yeah, in the last game I do remember something like that, yeah. Yeah, but that's the title of the first game. The second game isn't even called Miles Edgeworth Investigation. It's called Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path. Yeah, right. Anyway, the detonator, huh? That must be that red button. So how do we stop it? They didn't explain anything about that in that book. Wow, detectives sure know a lot, or not. So can I keep the striker from hitting the detonator? A gyroscope. This looked like just a thing. If we clamp this thing on the fuse, it should keep it from moving. So what does that mean exactly? It is a sequel, but it's not numbered or anything. Yeah, it's a sequel, but with another name. Well, if you go that way, the first one was Gyakuten Kenji, and the second one is Gyakuten Kenji 2 in Japan. But since it never got a proper Western release, it doesn't have an official name in English. The second game. It means we might be able to stop the torpedo from exploding with this. I have to admit I don't understand all the details, but I do want to try to give it a try. But before we can do that, it looks like we have to get something out of the way first, huh? Ah! I mean, if I was to get the torpedo to spin on itself, translation is the same. Obviously, the second game just doesn't have an official English title. Well, yeah. Just call it Ace Investigations 1 and 2. Damn it, rat! It's a stubborn little thing, isn't it? Quite a worthy adversary. You do know the rat isn't the main focus here, don't you? Okay, true. But until it's out of the way, we can't set the safety device. You're right. If only our missile was here right now. We have to get this little creature to leave somehow. I have to use the weights, I'm pretty sure, but... Wait. We're almost out of time. At this rate, we're going to blow up the submarine. Uh-oh. We have to set that safety and keep the torpedo from detonating. Well, I know, but... Or come back Prosecutor 1 and 2. Body Pillow Prosecutor 2. I probably have to use the weight somehow, but I don't know how. It's too late, isn't it? Ah, wait. Ah, just in time, maybe. There's not much time left. Great, we've dumped the little creature off. Wow, those heavy weights were heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now for that safety device. Right. We're out of time! Ah, come on, no! I was so close. I'm sorry, Rat. I'm sorry, Camilla. Ah, but I was there. Well, at least this time I know how to do it. I like how you completely butchered the word persecutor. What? Prosecutor. What the fuck, game? Persecutor and prosecutor are two different things. I wonder. Are you sure they are? Aren't they kind of the same thing? Well, it depends on the prosecutor, I guess. Yep, time's up. I was so close to saving them too. Our missile doesn't have one, but usually these kind of missiles have safety device. Yeah, I know. Okay, I understand what I have to do now. Have to fate change. Your head is... Von Karma maybe is both. My head is exploding right now. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah. Come on. Okay. There, I have plenty of time left this time. A lot of stuff has happened in the last hour, but Hedgie is the cute prosecutor. Quite the cute prosecutor. Great, we've dumped that little critter off, okay? There! Francisca is also cute, and then comes Clavier. There, we clamped the safety device on. Quillix -1. If you want to keep scores, there, we clamped the safety device on. We did it! That should keep this torpedo from exploding. But there's just one problem. Problem? What's that? The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that. Uh-oh. What was that noise? It looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine. Clavier got... Oh, I almost forgot all about him. Right. He's the cute guy in the story. To you. Looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine, but it looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. Sissel, we did it! What's the matter? You still look unhappy. We stopped the torpedo from blowing up, but we still opened up a gaping hole in the submarine. You're right, I guess. I guess that's just what missiles do. They're unstoppable. Am I hearing things? Anyway, I guess we'd better get back to the present as quickly as we can. Right, I'm worried about Camilla. He made the best nickname. Hair Forehead. Yeah. We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Oops. Uh-oh. Water is seeping in through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. I'd better go meet up with Lynn. Medium fan. And I used to be obsessed with him. It's the electric guitar, maybe. Balancer, no, operate this. The lights went out, but this machine apparently still works. Unfortunately, I guess it won't run for very long, but maybe I can use its movements to help me create a path. Yeah, that's my intention. If you want to look it up, Quillix, more power to you. Okay. Let's see now. What, I'm stuck? Ah, no, never mind. Okay. I bet Quillix is googling the image of one right now. Lynn, Camilla, you're awake. How do you feel? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about that. That wasn't you. Miss Camilla. Oh, Missile, you're here. Sadly, the game I'm gonna play now is on PC, so I got a Ipsy app. Okie dokie, Link. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, poor Miss Camilla. Miss Lynn, what should we do? He found one. Did you find one, Quillix? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sissel should be along any second. You're more of a Godot fan now. I knew Sissy would come, and Missy's here too. I'm so happy everybody's going to be with me now. I can't stop laughing because of the body pillow. It didn't answer because he was all tapped searching it. also in incognito mode. I'm so happy everybody's going to be with me now. You don't want that to be traced back to you, Quillix? Too late. You can't escape the Google tracking powers. They know now. Now you will not be able to visit any website without having to some ads on the side for body pillows showing up in your suggested purchases. People might think things about me. Well, you could always use AdBlock, I guess, and I would be too embarrassed to have a body pillow. Yeah, you said it before, you don't want someone to come and visit your place and seeing that you have a body pillow on your bed or something. Miss Camilla. I'll get you out of here. If it's the last thing I do, oh, I think I'm going to cry. Or whimper, as the case may be. I'd better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here. Before it's too late. Trick time. This is broken. Emergency light. Examine. This is broken. Well, that didn't do much. What a cute little fan. No need to be ashamed of being a weeb. Well, if you want one but you're too embarrassed to have one, there is something very wrong there. Either you shouldn't want one, either you shouldn't be embarrassed. It must be connected to one of those big machines. Hey, well, human beings are full of contradictions, Jeff. We shouldn't judge. It must be connected to one of those big machines. Contradictions. Judge. Yeah, I know. This is Ace Attorney is wrong with this one. Should have seen that coming. Yeah, maybe she doesn't need one. What a cute little fan. It must be connected to one of those big machines. Examine. Turn. Aw, come on, what can I do? Oh, turn on the flashlight. Yeah, to get her attention. Oh, look at that flashlight. It's Sissel, he's here. Up you go. I'm glad you're here, Sissel. Sorry for the wait. It looks like this room is gonna fill up with water fast. We'd better get out that door as quick as we can. We won't be getting out that door, I'm afraid. The water pressure is too great already. I can't open it. What? What does water pressure mean? I wouldn't know what to use it for. It would just be a waste of space. Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here, so the only way out of here is up, huh? Body pillows are perfect for sleeping stability. That is all they are here for, the shape of pillow. I will not even try to argue. So the only way out of here is up, huh? Exactly. Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up. Hey, look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow. Good idea. Let's try it. Oh, and by the way, yes? I can't swim, neither can Camilla. Don't you have any good news for me? Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? Let's try. Okay, hold on. Wait. Oh, I thought that. Oh, maybe that made the glove fall. Maybe. Open the what? The fuse box. Move the hook. Open that one. There's a door here too, but it's stuck or something. I can't open it. I'll leave it to your superhuman strength, detective. Fuse box. Oh. Lower the switch. Ah, okay. You did it, Sissel. Thanks. Eek! Uh-oh. What was that? It looks like water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about. Sissel, the flashlight doesn't work anymore. Hey, don't get mad at me. Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know, you can fix it with your powers. Okay, now that's just taking things too far. Yep, that was cute. Oh, hey, great. Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something? He's an electric Pokemon, we've already established that. Hey, you can fix things with your powers. That's a cruel question considering the circumstances. Now, all we have to do is get to that door and we're safe. Eek! Well, there goes the flashlight this time. Never point a flashlight towards your face. If it suddenly turns on, you can hurt your eyes. It changed. It's higher quality now. Uh-oh. Less pixelated? Oh, on your end, then. It looks like the submarine decided to rear up on its hind legs. I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Know the game? They are not the same models? Yes, they are. Yeah, but I don't see any difference. Yeah, but that's because it's pre-rendered, that one. And it is pixelated. It's more compressed. Come on now, as if the latter could be true. It's just compressed video when that cutscene plays. Yeah, it is worse quality, yeah, during the cutscene. Because it's compressed, it's a video. What now? The water sure is rising fast. Come on. You'll just have to go up to the top. Let's see how I can help with my ghost tricks. Well, I think I see a familiar flame over there. Sissel, there you are! How's it going? How is it going? I'd say it was going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous this situation is, don't you? Of course, after all, just ask anybody who knows me how much I hate taking a bath. Maybe he's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies? How's it going, Miss Missile? You're so precious. This is like when the castle turns upside down in Symphony of the Night. But it doesn't really turn upside down. It's just that there's another one upside down above the one that's the right side up, if you like. Hidden in some sort of like vortex or something. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies? Of course! Always so enthusiastic. Can I swap some things? No, not these things apparently. Is that going to help? I don't know if it will. I'm just trying things out right now. Well, Sissel can't do anything as far as I can see. Go up is easier said than done when I'm holding Camilla. I know, we're gonna try to create a path for you somehow. The water just keeps on rising. Please hurry. Try seeing if it changes things in the real world. Maybe. Can't swim, neither can Camilla. Oops, already said that, didn't I? Okay, well, good luck. Can I get Sissel to... Ah, now I can move Sissel, okay. Yeah, Sissel probably couldn't rotate the bigger wheels. No, we can't trick them? But it doesn't... How would you create a path anyway? I think it's something to do with the pistons that you have to extend so as to make like a staircase for them. I think. See how these things are aligned? I think if you could extend the pistons, she could use them to climb. I think. This is the idea that I have anyway. Uh-oh, the water is still rising. It's up to my knees. And it's freezing cold. Just hold on, we better create a path fast. And you use Shishol to interact? Thanks, Missile. Well, I suppose so. I thought I could rotate them, but... Operate this? Ah, I can operate this, I guess. These pistons sticking out right in front of me, it's almost like they're taunting me. Maybe it's a challenge. It might just be that. Think you can climb them? If I wasn't holding Camilla, I could probably do it easily. Sissel, you're not telling Miss Lynn to leave poor Miss Camilla behind, are you? Could you just be quiet for a minute, Missile? Those pistons sure do look like they could be used to our advantage. That's what I thought. But it might be something to do with swapping around these things. They're in a different position now. Oh, I doubt they're doing that, Miss Lynn. It looks like how much the piston thrust out is related to how large the fans are. Hey, Sissel, my arms are full, but my legs are free. Hey, Sissel, my arms are full, but my legs are free. Yeah, but... There's two big ones and one small. It's only really the position of the smaller fan that would affect things, I guess. 3 different sizes of fans? 3 different sizes? Ah, this one is bigger, it seems. Does it need to be super big at the bottom? Maybe they need to be arranged by size. Like, well, no, not that. Like this. Sorry, yeah, the small one at the top and the one currently at the top down and the one down in the middle, the big one down. Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Took me long enough, but there we go. Wow, this is great. You made a staircase for me. And I did say at the beginning, it looked like it would be possible to make a staircase out of them. You'd better hurry. I don't think that water is gonna wait for you. Thanks, guys. It conveniently stops just before she can be completely covered in water. Well, we're not done yet. Now the steam is getting in the way. It's too hot to get through. You shouldn't support Steam. You should support GOG.com. Or something. And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Of course we can. We have to. Obviously, game logic. What, is that it? Just the wheel? Is that all I can interact with? Where's Dogo anyway? Yeah, let's bring him along. So by closing this valve, I've shut off the steam flow to that first pipe. How do you know what you can use a trick on? There's the trick icon in the bottom right corner of the screen when I can trick something, or it will say so in the top screen under the name of the object. Do you prefer GOG really? Well, if I can, yeah, because I'm not a super big fan of all the problems that can arise with DRM and stuff like that. Yeah, so when I'm possessing something in the spook world, like right now, you say on the top screen it says wheel turn. Yeah, it might be a little tiny depending on what you're watching the stream on. If it's like a very tiny screen, it might be hard to see. Yeah, the top screen, yeah. And besides, there's the touch icon on the touch screen, the bigger one, to tell you that you can trick something. Spook World, that sounds so cute. There's still plenty of steam though. Darn, this thing called water. Look what it's done. Huh? Just a second ago it was chilling me to the bone, and now it's hitting me as steam hot enough to melt a person. There is no button on main screen, that's why I asked. How dare that water treat you like that? Here, let me lap it all up for you. You'd better not, Missile. It's salt water. It sounds like she's starting to get crabby. Achoo! Okay, I'm working on it. Yeah, well, I don't have a whole lot of time to react, right? Here comes that water again. Oh, I wish I could drink it all up for you. No, Missile, it's too salty. I think the more relevant point is that he's dead, so he can't drink it. Whatever, just do something about this team. I'm trying. Leave it to me, Miss Lynn. Thanks, missile. Wait. An idea just occurred. Ah, no, never mind. You can't swap that wheel for something else. Um... Oh. Okay. Yeah, you have to swap the leaking pipes so that the jets of steam will always be pointing somewhere else, like in a different direction. Okay. You wanted to pull the wheel down and then spin it to stop the steam from the upper valve. Well, yeah, I thought maybe I could, but no, that wasn't it. If I could possess Jeff in the spook world, the action would be troll. It changes how the steam comes out, huh? Oh, I get it, because the cracks in each pipe are different. Yep. So I could stop one, maybe the one... yeah, but hold on, I bet that will come in handy. Yeah, but I can't move from one to the other without swapping them. Yeah, now Sissel is in the way. How about that now? There, how does that look? Missile, take the wheel. Got it. You see the one that shoots in both directions? There's the one you need to stop. The others that just adjust so that they shoot the other directions. Yeah. Looks great. All that horrible steam is cleared out of the way. Okay, it's not far now. Try to move forward. Ouch. Now I need to bring that that chain down so that you can reach that door. Look up there. If I can just make it to that door, we can escape. Now, how in the world am I going to get up there? Don't yell at me. If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile, how can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it? I think you just did. How is she keeping her balance so well? Yeah, I do wonder. Let's look for something to pull Miss Lynn up with. Yes, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top with. A great detective. That game is great. This game is great. Hey, are you being sarcastic? Do I still need the Dogo now? Yeah, I guess he could go there if the Dogo wasn't in the way. A switch. Okay, can't do anything about it. Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. First time you, well, not say it correctly, but corrected yourself. Still hilarious that you used the wrong word when reading, and the correct word was the one you were reading. Yeah, I know. I know by now. Sorry, I can't do it. Open it, hurry! Is that any way to ask for something? But I wanted to use that so that I could move away from it while it was moving. But I don't have control of the game when it's moving. Okay, so how am I supposed to do it then? You can use a trick on it. Yeah, on what? This one I can trick, but I have no control over it while it's moving. What, is that as simple as that? Yeah, it's no use. Well, yeah, I didn't think of using the door because it seemed obvious to me that there's just way too much stuff left that we haven't used yet for it to be so simple. Yeah, I didn't even try because I figured that can't be it. There has to be something else that you have to do to be able to open the door. I can't budge it, it must be stuck. Oh no! But maybe I have to try it first so that it triggers a scene and then things will change, maybe. No! This way. Yeah, but I had to try. Even if I couldn't, I had to try. Okay. Who is that? Pigeon Man, maybe? What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and the little lady suddenly vanished, leaving only darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down into the deep, deep sea, but I still want to try and make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep darkness. Missile got left behind? Yeah, and me too. Yeah, but who cares about Sissel, right? Is that it? We all prefer Missile now? Because he's cute and Sissel isn't? The appended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely, a long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Sissel is on the door, he can get out. Possessed... Post a speck of dust or something, shake my head. Possess, yeah, you meant. Hi, RNG. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. Ah, no, it's Ray. It's the lamp, I guess, that's possessing these things. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? Missile as a long blue spirit, he can easily get up there. Yep. Hey there, RNG. Hey, now it looks like a boss from Castlevania on the Mega Drive. Oh, maybe it's actually the bad guy. You think? Actually, you might be right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. I see you managed to survive, detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Why did he save her, anyway? Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along. Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you, what happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon who you are and who I am, too. What? I like that his blue spirit still has those sunglasses. It's used in the game logo and everything. The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. So what now? They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, the meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, would like to hear more. These 10 years I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research, and I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. Okie dokie, Monica. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly, apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. Yeah, okay, so I guess from what I'm starting to understand now, the people who get powers are the people who died close to the meteorite. He got killed by a fragment of the meteorite entering his body, so he acquired powers. Missile got ran over by that scooter right next to the meteorite, so he was exposed to the radiations of the meteorite as well, so he got some powers as well. But then the main character, the Sissel or not Sissel, the guy whose identity we're not quite sure of, he must have died close to the meteorite as well then, I suppose. Who is he? Someone who died close to either the meteorite or the fragment of meteorite, I'm not sure. Chernobyl.exe has stopped working. Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite, its radiation. Well, I wasn't too far ahead of the game in how I understood it then. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute, is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Yeah, well, there we go. The game actually shows it to you. That was unlucky as fuck, though. Well, in the case, yeah, for both of them, actually, yeah. Aren't the Temsic remnants still right there in that park at the bottom of the crater? You're right, so that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Well, yeah, but that's about all we know so far. Another effect of the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite? One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is also strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. Also, how Missile died is silly as fuck too. Well, yeah. He has been extremely unlucky tonight. He already died twice. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. I guess that's why it repairs itself every time it gets cut. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day. My hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with the scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated because it went back in time, so to speak. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why he wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temzik, so that they could use the power of Temzik for themselves, without anyone but them knowing. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanela and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temzik fragment and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me? If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. We have to wipe out everyone who's something. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that this is exactly what that was referring to, yeah. And come to think of it, these two assassins, they also had that same blue-colored skin, come to think of it. So I guess they are part of the same people, those foreigners, as they refer to it. But I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? He knows it now? 10 years later and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, so of course you didn't recognize me. Yeah, but we know why he did it. He wanted the surveillance camera to film her killing him, so that she would so that revenge could be taken against her as well. So I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Not much. Mostly exposition. Well, what we've learned is that the people who have powers of the dead are people who died close to the meteorite. That's the important thing that we've learned in the last few minutes. Which explains his powers, which explains Missile's powers, and which quite clearly tells that Sissel, or the guy that you control, died too close to the meteorite. Or something creating the same radiation anyway. He leaned against the thingy so that he would not fall. Yeah. And that's why I got the impression at first that he must have asked her to kill him on purpose, so that he could die and get the powers of the dead. I thought it was planned that way by the actual Sissel, but it was something completely different, yeah. Your subconscious resisted me, such incredible power. Impressive that his shell can still stand up, though. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot I missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. In reality, it would have fallen, yeah. But whatever. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Aha, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temzik meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jout case. They thought you would find out about Temzik sooner or later. I guess we're done. Listening to him. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush this submarine. Oh no! How can they not talk about this? No, we are not done. How can they not talk about this? There are no cores that link from here to the water surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and there are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for the submarine to be my coffin, a coffin for the dead. There's no escape. Who the cock is Sissel? Well, he doesn't know. That guy, the guy in red, he doesn't know who Sissel is. So, he said so himself. He said, I don't know who you are. Or something, didn't he? Well, I guess he said you will remember eventually, but, I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. I don't understand what you mean, Jeff. This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine, sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Yeah, that I understand, but I don't understand why you mean... Why would you want them to discuss it, since he doesn't know who Sissel is? They already discussed this. Like the possibilities? Well, I guess he doesn't care about possibilities and ideas. He wants to know who he really is. Besides, well, I guess the submarine is sinking, so they're already wasting a lot of time talking about stuff, so... Is it true we're stuck here? What? Oh, I guess it's coming, you just have to wait. If my dad was here, I bet it'd save us. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temzik fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into sea? That's a good question. I mean, of course, it was just thinking that it's very unrealistic that they didn't talk about it. Mm. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. This will tell us where Detective Jowd is. That present from the Inspector in white. Yeah, the Dragon Radar. That's right. Detective Jowd told me how to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. Well, I guess he could swap out the body made of cogs and stuff like that for the body of the other Sissel. With our powers, right, Miss Lin? What, does that mean I'm gonna be controlling the bad guy? Right, oh, and wait a minute, what about the torpedo? A torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. It looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope. That guy is basically a psychic. I guess that's not enough. Come on, let's get started. Okay, what do we do now? We go find the command room that was launched somewhere into the sea. What? How? Just to let you know, I don't like water very much. According to Lynn, the key to our plan is a torpedo, kind of a missile. Missile? You have a missile right here. I don't think she's talking about that kind of a missile. Now then, where did we see another Miss Torpedo? Well, it has to be him. A bottle? Open the door? I'd better not open this. That water would come in gushing in, I bet. It's such a peaceful mood at the moment. No need to throw cold water on it. Well, I wouldn't go so far as to call it peaceful. A control panel? Telephone. Torpedo room. Okay, there we go. There is something bothering me from the moment he appeared. He has no core. Well, maybe he's special, since he's been exposed to the radiation of the meteorite for 10 years. They haven't. They've only been exposed to it for a few seconds, I guess. There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there then. It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me. I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Look at Camilla. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck. This is Missile. What will happen to these 2 ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile? Me? Of course I will. Count on it. That didn't seem to do much. The switch won't budge. Maybe it's broken, but I don't think the entire device is broken though. It would probably work just fine if only I could move this switch. We just have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone. Ask her. How's it going there? I'm just calculating the command room's coordinates now. I have to put in a slight offset though. Don't want to blow it up. I'm sure Detective Jeld would appreciate that. We'll leave these to be. Yeah, he could swap the switch that is easy to move with the one that's really hard. Good luck with loading the missile. Okay, thanks. Yeah, there. Okay. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end too, but something's odd. What is? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Right, okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command rooms where Detective Jowd is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile. I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Cecil. I mean, I know the basic plot, but I don't remember the puzzles. Speaking of Monica, have you seen the Nonari series? And there are things in the plot I still don't remember. The claw arm surprised me. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. Yeah, the Zero Escape series. Yeah, the name of the series is Zero Escape. I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn, you staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Cecil, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla? I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. You've watched someone play all the games? Yeah, and he the same, yeah, with me. I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla! And then he goes in the missile. A missile in a missile. That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. Cecil? Yes. We never found out who you really were, but that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. I think I watched Nick Hop play them all. He seemed to really like this kind of game. You would have liked Rudy's playthrough of the series. Was very nice. Well, I streamed the PC versions because it was just easier to stream. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. We promised, little lady. Of course we will. I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes, then. Good luck, friend. Nico B. Sorry. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light of hope reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Hola! FDR. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. I should definitely make playlists, though, come to think of it. That would make finding complete playthroughs on my channel a lot easier. I should definitely work more on that. Jod, I bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him. You'd better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking, so I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jod. Trick time. There's a core on the body? I don't have the fan translation for that. I found it online myself many years ago, but I don't have the translation itself myself right now. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jod. Who are you? Are you Cecil? Please excuse my appearance. Can't believe you made it here. How is Camilla, and what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jod about everything that happened on the submarine Yonoa. So the submarine is badly damaged. Why would he do that to his own submarine? That's the thing, I don't remember where I found it, because everyone asked me about that, but that was like 3 years ago, and the website probably doesn't exist anymore. I just googled it, fan translation Captain Rainbow, and I downloaded the patch, and I applied it to the backup that I made of my own copy of the game. I backed up the disc myself and I patched it. That's how I got the fan translation. If you just look up patch Captain Rainbow Wii, then you should probably be able to find it. Sounds like a game Marvel made together with Twitch right about now for the LGBTQ event with all these emotes. Well, there is a transgender character in the game, so I mean it would fit. I mean, Birdo is, well, I guess no, not really transgender, a crossdresser more like. Not transgender. That's not the right term. Birdo is a crossdresser in the game. A male disguised as a female. I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. Yeah, Birdo, as in the Nintendo character. Trapo, can I play that Captain Rainbow translated using DVDs? I don't know, to be honest. My Wii is soft modded, and I use backups with my on my external HDD to play them. I guess you could probably patch the ISO if you had the ISO of the game and you had the patch, and you could probably burn it on a DVD, I guess. Or I don't know if there is a way to play the translation using something like Revolution or something like that to patch the DVD on the fly, playing with the DVD in the drive, because that's not how I played it myself. You followed us. I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jod. Are you Yomiel? Is that his real name? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel. That's right. I only need the ISO, or I need the ISO and the patch all in the file. Well, if you could get the patch to run with Revolution, which is an homebrew app for the Wii, then you would need an original disc of the game and the patch. Otherwise, if you don't have the original disc of the game, you need to get an ISO of the game, you need to patch the ISO, and then you need to install that on an external HDD or burn it to a DVD and play it with USB Loader GX or something like that. Yomiel. What? Well, that's how I pronounced it. More like Rotomel. Rotomel. But those people on the Yonoa were calling you Cecil. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. It just followed now? Yeah, I guess so. You need the ISO and the patch, or you need to find somehow an ISO that is already patched with the fan translation if you can find it. Just me joking with the game. From Peru. Yeah, okay. I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. About Yomiel, 10 years ago. No, but I get all sorts of questions about the fan translation of Captain Rainbow because I guess... I don't know if I'm the only one on YouTube who's put up a full playthrough of that game fan translated. And I guess the fan translation for this game is kinda hard to come by online. Yeah, it's on YouTube. That playthrough has attracted a few viewers to my channel. You were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Yeah, Dobby Super, who sometimes watches the channel, came to my channel because of that playthrough as well that he found on YouTube. I think there's the link to it. Well, I put it in the title that it's the Twitch stream archive anyway, so I think, yeah, there's the link. Every time I export something to YouTube, there's a link to the channel in the description, so... You were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer. What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know? That's excellent. Thanks, Missile, for that nugget of cuteness. Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. Yeah, I guess that you came from one of my videos because you're not the first. It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. I wish I was older during that era, where people talked with others and asked them about stuff like this. Exchange ROMs, ISO files, DVDs. I will never be trading or exchanging my own backups from the games that I own, because I don't want to be caught dealing with something illegal like this. Never. Not a chance. Nuh-uh. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I mean, downloading them to play them is already one thing. It's already treading the line. I guess you wouldn't go to jail for that. But if you're the one pirating them and then sharing them with people, this is way over the line for me. The early 2000s, yeah. I wasn't too much into emulation and ROMs and stuff like that at that time, though. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on to this one. Yeah, actually, I did download a fan translation of another Wii game that I bought in Japanese before, which got fan translated recently, called, what's it called actually again? Which one is it? It's not Lost Planet. What's it called again, that one? It's in my stack of games. Earthseeker. Yeah, there we go. I can use NeoGamma. I have never used it, so maybe you could. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Earthseeker for the Wii just got a fan translation recently, but I haven't really figured out how to apply it to the ISO of the game, to my own backup. So at the moment, I can't play it, not easily anyway. But I'd like to stream that at some point. It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic kind of Monster Hunter game, a JRPG, but with a turn-based system. Yeah, you're all kids on this channel, I guess. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on to this one. And then one day the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. 14. He escaped from the interrogation room and took the little Lynn as a hostage. Yeah, so you're not the youngest on the channel tonight, Jeff. You feel offended? Well, I mean, compared to you all, I'm older, so I couldn't exactly be your father, but I'm quite a bit older. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Boomer calling people in their 20s kids. Well, he escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. Well, you guys called me an old man for taking written notes with a pen and paper, so I guess I should consider myself old. For talking about VHS and stuff like that, that you guys didn't really get to deal with. How old is Rudy then? Well, why don't you take a guess? You called me Boomer before, Jeff, and I guess other people have told me before for wow, you take down written notes as if I was from prehistory or something like that. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. I haven't really been following what they say. You look around my brother's age, so about 32. Yeah, you're not far off. Yeah, I will turn 35 in August this year. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I guess that's why you became so bitter and wanting revenge. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. I also mentioned that you have written notes before and how cool that is, and the fact that you keep them carefully. No, I don't always keep them carefully. You downloaded the Captain Rainbow yesterday, and today you installed the patch? But if you're trying to get it to work a different way from how I did it, I might not necessarily be able to tell you if you're doing things right, I'm afraid. And when you played 999, you pulled out some notes from years ago. That was so cool, like a treasure map. Well, yeah, I guess with that game, because of the fact that if you wanted to get to a different ending, you would have to replay through all the puzzles. You could not skip them like you can in the PC version. It was not quite as user-friendly. I kinda had to keep the answers to all the puzzles written down somewhere, so that if I wanted to replay it, I could get to the good bits of the story faster. What is impressive, Monica? What were you referring to? I tend to throw out notes after a couple of years. It depends what it is. For some things I keep notes, but for the games that I usually play on stream or something like that, I tend to not keep them. Not these days anyway. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I played Dragon Quest III and made maps of all the dungeons. I still have to play Dragon Quest III, despite the fact that I own that game. But I own it in Japango, so I can't play it, I'm afraid. One of them was shaped like a reversed swastika. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. The deal? What's the deal? I'm hitting myself over the head about how I threw out my math notes about a year ago, and now I really wish I hadn't. Because they would be useful to you if you still had them around. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot, and the second was a rebirth for me. You have to start up on a math course. Yeah, it's kinda hard. It's kinda easier to get started on that, I guess, if you can refer to what you studied before. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me, and finally I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. Made a point during the day to ask you. A completely man-made life. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temzik was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this? Not at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temzik meteorite from the park? They couldn't, huh? You're trying to start up on something, though? Well, I guess you would have to wait until the end of all the COVID stuff, right? Before you can start anything like that. After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country, too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. Sorry for repeating it, but I only need the ISO, or I need the ISO and the patch all in memory. I believe you need the ISO to be applied to the patch. You need the patch to be applied to the ISO. So you need an ISO that was patched with the file that is the translation. I don't know in what form or shape the patch comes. It might be an IPS file, so you would need Lunar IPS on your PC, and the ISO and the patch, and then use that program to apply it. But it was so long ago. It was so long ago, I can't possibly remember how I did it then. I've patched a lot of other games since, so and I don't keep the patches once I've got the patched ISO, so you need math on your current level to get into one of the educations you might want to go. Don't know what I want to do though? Okay. By Inspector Cabanella and the old patient guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. Current level F, I meant specific level. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temzik meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temzik meteorite. So that's it, eh? Plain old that person, huh? So, the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. I guess revenge doesn't taste so sweet if you're just gonna be stuck at the bottom of the sea, huh? Shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now? But we promised. We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla would save them. And we can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Now you could go boomer mode and say kids these days have no respect, calling a 30-year-old bro. That, honestly, I don't mind about that sort of thing. What, he changed his ways? Yeah, revenge isn't as sweet as you had thought. Yeah, I suppose. Given the circumstances. So, where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too? He's a robot. By the way, I am not human, Detective. Boomers are about, what, 50 or so? About my parents' age? I guess he's a robot. As I thought. Yeah, but I guess if someone has known and used VHS and cassette tapes and even vinyl records, I have used those. I guess I'm considered a boomer by some people. By the way, I'm not human, Detective, so casual. Too lazy to write new gen boomer. I am a remote controlled robot, Detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith liked to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Anyway, I didn't say that he is a boomer, just to go boomer mode. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Meh, I only think of a boomer as one of those in my day and kids these days. Now, it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Yeah, before it was Sir this, Sir that, and now that he is addressing the detective, I guess it's Detective this, Detective that. Camilla, forgive me. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big masked man said. Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility? In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. Because otherwise they wouldn't have killed him, I guess. Always complaining about the youth. Where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. Yeah, I don't need to listen to the same conversation a second time. What is it, Detective? Look at Yomiel's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they are afraid of. Me going back to 4 minutes before his death and saving him? Because I guess I can do that. But I need to save him first, though, I guess. The detective. That's what the boomer mode I mentioned consisted of. Exactly what you said, kids these days. Not that, lel. My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly, so what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. Oh. Oh, wait, what? Is that what that means? If only we could just destroy the robot guy instead. He knows that you can't do that already. He wouldn't act so big about it. React so big about figuring it out. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can't go back to 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute, exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move. Really? Well, I guess that would undo everything, so it would be the same as saving them in the room that they're in right now. No, that's why they took away the corpse, so he couldn't get there. We are going back. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it, the final death at the end of this long night. To go even further beyond, back in time. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all of the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. It's not the first time I've worn it. That t-shirt. I guess that makes me even more of a boomer. A cute Link blowing in a cartridge. In my day, we would have to blow in the cartridge before putting it in the console. Sissel, remember where you are. When was Yomiel's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic meteorite fell. This t-shirt, not that t-shirt. We traveled back through time and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. If this is the final chapter, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to play it. Where you are. What that... Lol, what? That wasn't what I wrote, really? What? Sissel, remember who you are. Okay, so this is going to be so great. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Eek. Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Ah, it was a bad joke on the Lion King. Simba, remember who you are. I didn't pick up on it, but I should have known, yeah. Long live the king. Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. Why, am I the kitten? Is that who I am? Yeah, actually, who is that kitten? Or is Yomiel the cat? And... Wait. Yes? How would affect what? You're alright now, are you hurt? You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they are the one who saved you. I guess bodies are as magic as pockets. What's your job, mister? Me, I'm a police detective. That fragment was very big. So that's the Temsic meteorite. Hey. It's beautiful looking at it. Beautiful looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. Well, at least he would be dead permanently, not a ghost anymore, I guess. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. And we do save his wife. I am so happy. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that also gets erased. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started. I wonder how long this is going to be. I was thinking about whatever we do, we can't save his wife, and that is sad face. But this game is great. No, not dumb like me. It's ready. What was she doing? Hold it. Eek. What? Also, Lin is cute. Young Lin. I don't think so because she hasn't died yet. The young one. I suppose. Or can I? Oh, poor Miss Lin. I'm sorry. If you're so sorry, then put her down. No, I'm talking to Missile. No, okay. No, never mind. I was really out of my head that day. Well, we can talk about all of this later. The Temzik meteorite is gonna fall very soon. Before that happens, I have to think of a way to do something about that fragment. And I'll do everything I can to help too. Well, Missile will probably have to swap the fragment with something else. But I guess... No matter what I swap for it, something that falls down from the sky at that speed would still go through his body. I guess it wouldn't be the fragment, so he would die and not become a zombie or something, but this is like reaching the beta timeline is Steins Gate. Yeah, kinda. Wait, I just realized, Yomiel never changed his clothes in all those years. Well, I guess if his body is like frozen in time, he doesn't smell or something like that. I guess he doesn't decompose either. We may never know. And I'll do everything I can to help too. Yeah, okay. Roasted sweet potato. That's what she was making. No, he doesn't stink, at least not from stuff from his own body. Turn up the headphones. Well, I made something fall. What are you doing? You're going to hurt poor Miss Lin's ears. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. Dogo, your turn. No? What's that in the basket? Can I move that? A sweet potato. No, I can't swap these. Okay. Headphones. Oh, what's that? Post lantern? It's the same shape. I hope we save the potato too. Hey, wait, there's that big thing up there that's also the same shape. Saving the potato. Nozzle. I can't swap the two of them. Ah, wait. Uh-oh. I thought maybe I would have to spray this thing. Huh. Hey, this is complicated. What was that? Big thing is that the Minoa statue or whatever it's called. Yeah, it is. Sorry for asking something you didn't want to be asked. What? What did you ask? You didn't ask anything. What are you talking about? That was kind of disappointing. Maybe the timing was a little off. Miss Lynn always says it's better to be early than late. I'd better try it again. What? Please don't do that. I just thought maybe it would wake her up. Even if you did wake her up, what good would that do at the moment? You're the one who needs to wake up, Cecil. This little doggy says some pretty smart things sometimes. Yeah, I'm a bit lost. Spray higher. Oh, okay. But I don't see what that accomplishes. Looks like the basket is empty now. Did Lynn think she was gonna eat both of those huge sweet potatoes? I just didn't know how to answer. I guess I don't understand all that stuff. We call it other things in Denmark. Yeah, it might be secondary school or I don't know how the different levels of school are called in Denmark either. Like, it's the same for me. I mean, in my country, it's not called these things either. It's called different things. Here we have 3 years of preschool, 6 years of primary school, 6 years of secondary school, and then you go to university or what we would call high school in my own language. But, well, the equivalent of college anyway. Who knows, there might even have been more than 2. When Miss Lynn finds out her sweet potato is gone, she might cry very loudly. Are we trying to make her out to be some kind of sweet potato freak? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. If there are some things I can swap, I can't see it. In fact, I wonder if maybe the sweet potato was supposed to go up. I guess it would be like I dropped out of school but then took lessons I needed on 9th grade level or on a school for adults. Yeah, evening classes or that sort of thing. Ah, damn. Let's go back because I don't think there's much I can do right now. Okay, so this is right after... This is right after turning up the volume on our headphones. But I need math on E level, which is higher than 9th grade level, but lower than gymnasium level. Here we have 4 years primary school, 4 years middle school, 4 years high school, and then you can go to college, university if you want. Yeah, it's sort of like in my country, but it's in 3 separate schools instead of 2. Yeah, I guess for me, without counting evening classes that I went to instead of college after I finished high school, in total that would be 15 years between the age of 3 and 18. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Now... Well, let's examine this. Yeah. Get more detail about it. What in the world is this thing? Oh boy. You even forgot what a sweet potato is. We have kindergarten school, which goes from 0 to 9th grade. Then you could choose if you want to go to 10th grade, or you can jump straight to gymnasium, then university. Okay. Yeah, okay, I guess I can see sort of how it is organized, yeah. I guess what you call gymnasium would be the equivalent to senior high school then, probably. But you don't necessarily have to go to it. It's kind of the same over here. There is well, secondary school is split in 2 parts of 3 years each. There's like a junior high and senior high, if you like, and depending on what you want to study, you don't necessarily have to go to senior high school. You can choose to start working at the age of 15 or 16 or thereabouts. But the compulsory school that every kid has to go to no matter what, it's up to the age of 15 or 16. To the 3rd year of high school. Oh boy, you even forgot what a sweet potato is. It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good. There's nothing like them on a cold winter's day. They're sweet and they smell delicious. These guys sure are making me want to try one. High school is mandatory here. I mean, not mandatory, but you can't do anything without it, and it's not hard to graduate, so it's considered standard. It's considered standard here as well, and most people, like 95% of people, don't drop out of high school midway through, but legally, the legal obligation is up to 16, or it's 15 or 16, I can't quite remember. But forgive me, this is not the time to talk about that. Let's focus on the ending of this great piece of art. Yeah, sorry. Do I have to activate that thing at the right time? What's that sweet potato doing there, though? Huh. Why couldn't I... I guess I was on the sweet potato. Yeah, I think I missed it. That was kind of disappointing. Maybe the timing was a little off. Yeah, okay, it's a matter of timing. Okay, let's go back then. That potato is as big as her head. Maybe we could swap both. There we go. Quick, 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 quick. I was supposed to get on it. I failed. I failed again. Oh, look at that sweet potato. Oh, it's too bad you didn't get on it. That big scary sweet potato. Or... well, no, he has to get on it. Because he needs to be able to activate the big jet of water. Oh, right, of course. But look at them, the potato and Minnow. Right now, they both have the same shape. So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile. Okay, here I go, and I'm going to need your help. My help? Yeah, I'm stuck. I know how crazy his timeline jumping is. I'm tired, going to rest. Yeah, Ocarine. And now Monica slaps you and gives you a speech. Ocarine! Yeah, you need to have watched the anime of Steins Gate or seen the game to get the reference. It's Makise Kurisu, the girl in question, who would slap the guy in question. That's what I was supposed to do. And then Dogo can move towards it as well. Move closer. It's not Ichida Mayuri. Did she slap him at some point? Did that happen? Okay. Dogo in there. Oh, can we do that? Oh, look, the lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer. Bro, Makise is dead when Mayuri snaps him as he has given up after having her... Never mind, no spoilers. Yeah, okay, yeah, now I realize which part of it is. It just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temzik fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. I hope. I'm still in control, so I don't know. Well, I guess he's stuck unless he goes into that thing. I guess there's no point in doing that, but yeah. It was a reference to a game we have played on stream, yeah. I tend to somehow spoil myself. I guess we just have to wait and see what happens. It's about time for that meteorite to come down. Don't worry, Missile. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path. Oh, okay, that giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can. Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. What I'm worried about is that thing falling on the girl. So I hope that's not gonna happen. I wonder if maybe I should have swapped more things. To keep the rugby ball maybe or something, so that it's the rugby ball that I can swap at the last second or something. Not the rugby ball, the whatever it was. What, a sweet potato? And sometimes spoilers make me more excited about things, but for others it might not. Yeah, it depends, really. So is this going to succeed? There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now Yomiel's fate should really change. Wait a minute, take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changing, what's in its path? I'd say the detective Jowd. Yeah. Well, it's in his leg. It's in his leg. He might not die from it. The Temsic fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Yeah, the thing is gonna fall on them. Come on, put it down. What, the gun? Chow, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! I knew it. This is my true fate. What? Is this Lynn that dies? I stole his life away with my own hands. I won't let that happen! What do I swap it for? The bullet is stopped in midair. I'm here, inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something. What with what? The sweet potato. The sweet potato. The cooked sweet potato. The meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop the bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. There! Oh, but no, tell me he's not impaled on the thing now. Smash the potato in his face. But we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Oh, okay. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. That big Mino thing! It might still fall down on the girl, no less. I bet it's what it is. That's what it is. No! No, come on! Look out! Mino, don't! And the reason in the plot he gets shot in the leg is that way he has no way to go and try to save her because he's hurt. Wake up! You gotta get out of there! Falcon punch! Come on, Detective Jowd, show me your moves! Wake up! You gotta get out of there! Damn it, my leg won't work. It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lynn! Someone called Saitama. It's not over yet, but there isn't anything else to swap with. Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it will remain, like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it. But what can we do now? Even if we work together, I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Sissel and I do? Don't forget, I'm here too. I won't let that happen. Yes, Sissel. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle against the fate of death. What a boy. Yomiel. Sissel, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now, gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead, though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. What do you not get? You will throw the rugby ball. And remember, you'll only have a split second. Okay, now do it. Got it. Now it's your turn, Missile. What? Me? But what can I do? I think you know the answer to that. Okay, got it. You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. Well, the game gives you the solution, so it's no use. We can't stop that horrible minnow. Well, it's not the rugby ball. The rugby ball, I don't know where it is. It's one of those big stone things. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, I guess, yeah. In most cases, they did, yeah, at least, yeah. It should have flown to the right. What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped alright. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn? He can possess her to get her to move out of the way. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean possess her? I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Oh? Oh. Okay. Ye gods. Oh. Come on, bullshit. Ah, you're awake. Yeah, without the power of the meteorite, removing himself from that thing, and then with whatever strength he should have had left, throw her to the detective? Nah. Just so that we don't have as happy of an ending. Hey, mister, is your knee okay? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a... What? I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit. Just a scrape. Okay, that's what he said. But the main thing is that you're not hurt. You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the one who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me? I'm a police detective. Unless there's multiple endings, I might have to look into that, because now I wonder if maybe there was something else I did before. The outcome might have been different. You can look it up if you want, without telling me what I have to do if that's the case, but whether or not there are multiple endings. Maybe there is one where he doesn't have to die. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could. Ah, you were about to? Okay, good. Thanks, Jeff. But... now you can if you like. I'm just interested to know whether or not maybe there was another... I think he's dead. What's that? This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave. A detective's badge? Thanks. Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Well, it's the fact that it's kind of a sad ending, and the fact you said that you didn't remember that ending. His legs were crushed. You think that's all there is to it? But he was still impaled on that thing earlier, so unless he was just like maybe pierced through the shoulder or something. Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But you know, I'm glad it happened. No, he said he was alive but just passed out. Ah. Yeah, but I thought he was fatally wounded though. Like that he was about to die. And I guess if the cat didn't die, maybe this is who I was all along. Maybe the kitty was squashed, but no, because the kitty was still there in the present, wasn't he? I found this kitten, it was over there. Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray. It's kind of limp, is it okay? I don't know, I think it's unconscious. That's funny, it doesn't look like it's injured or anything. Poor little kitty. How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Kitty! Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, it looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. The kitty got hit instead of Yomiel. Oh, that was so nice. She petted her. The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. That was so nice. She petted her. These long, lonely 10 years. The name gave it out, though. Yeah, you were my one and only friend. Missile dog and Sissel cat. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend. I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Hold it! Eek! So really, when you said, am I the cat, you were right. Yeah. I wasn't too sure about it, though. It was just a random idea. I wasn't, like, convinced that that was the answer. Somebody, please look at me. Oh, oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. Somebody, please reach a hand out to me. Just wanted attention. I had just only died at the time. I had lost everything, my life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. And so he possessed the cat as a result. And that's how he escaped the scene the first time. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel." The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. Yeah, that's part of the reason I thought maybe there's another ending, because of how sad it is. For 10 years I wandered through the darkness, with no particular place to go. He couldn't die to meet her, A As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened and I started to get a little twisted. Yeah, there isn't a better ending. Well, more lighthearted. Not that this is an ending that's bad. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's sad. That's all. I wanted light, distorted artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. Yeah, I guess so. It's the circumstances that led to the story that are sad, then. In such a case. Even though someone will be in a wheelchair, yeah, probably. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Yeah, the original timeline was sad. What, he went in the cat then, after the body fell? The black cat. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend? Yomiel's story is so sad and tragic. I can't even recall exactly the circumstances that led him to be accused of something in the police station to begin with. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left, but then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel, there inside the bag, was dead. What? Well, I guess it had lived more than 10 years. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. Oh! He killed it with the missed shot, yeah. I think it was about a robbery or something. Ah, okay. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of toxic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now, why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple, because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean, I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Imagine you're just chilling in the bag and suddenly dead. Yeah. Not only that, but if I never would have just let my fiancée stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. Yeah, so the cat will not get shot in the future, I guess. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. Yomiel loves Sissel enough to wish to save him. Sissel can't die now. So this was the last fate to be averted, hey? So, what kind of present do we go back to now? A happy one? So, Yomiel, it looks like your plan for revenge had ended failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. The meteor went into him? Oh, I guess so, yeah. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. He is a ghost cat now. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this Game of the Dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason. There's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either, the most inexcusable crime in my new life. Missile will be alive too! Yep, I guess that's the kind of Pokemon you said you wanted to be, Monica. Yes, when we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel? Thank you, Cecil. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yomiel. Cecil, are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't. Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Cecil, I'll never forget you. Like Mimikyu, a fairy ghost type. I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you come to live with me now, so let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our path will all cross again. Nobody has to die. Wait. Wait, what? Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. Huh? Who's that, by the way? Yeah. Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you. Yes, it is I, Ray. In case you have forgotten again, thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I am really grateful to you, Cecil. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yeah, it's Ray. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you? Fair enough, I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. No, Monica, don't say that. Lambkun. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. Hehe, why? If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. The rat? Is that the rat? Is that the life of the rat all along? After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They killed the dog. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling, hiding in place and whatever. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that, the powers of the dead, but how? He didn't really understand it himself, not yet anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. He's another version of Missile? That's right, he died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the man, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? The older, more mature spirit of of Missile. This story is so complex, so suddenly I did for a while, but I came to hate him, so I stopped. Hold Missile, or rather highly dislike would be more fitting. Oh. I don't know who that is, so Ramu! 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly, and then at least that fateful night rolled around again. By this time I had grown old and my powers were weak, so I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second, you were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power. I wonder what the BS about disappearing in the next morning. Yeah, I don't know either. It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. I guess you disappeared the morning following your death. I guess in this case, because his ghost went so far back in the past. I don't know, or maybe yeah, that might have been BS. Yeah, you might be right about that one. Especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night, the first time around. We what? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at that junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world path to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. He wanted Cecil to help. Everything happened that night. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my first stand on end, I can tell you. That was me. So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. Well, hey, Panda. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared, away over the telephone line. Is your PC fixed, Panda? I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be The path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction, and then I gave you a time limit. A time limit, that's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over. So that was a lie. Yeah, it seems like it was made up. That thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Well, it did it with the best intentions, I guess. Oh boy, I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I. Missile, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it, and so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Missile. So you waited and waited these 10 long years, and all for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh? Of course, because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel. Funny how he somehow aged while being a ghost. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this night. Yeah, well, I made my way back to a new present. He said doggies. Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Did the cute young missile bark? Dun 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 dun. It's gonna work the way it was intended this time. Otanjobi! Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee, it worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. You can also say it that way. I learned that from a Japanese person. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made the surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home! Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too. Oh, this, yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. He's dressed like Gumshoe this time with the tie and everything. But yours look a lot older than mine though. Haha, how long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. True Gumshoe cosplay. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. Haha, that you will, that you will. I guess nobody can understand me now. Oh, hello, don't tell me you're that same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yup, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. It seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. There's Alma, I guess. Alright, everyone, let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And after the credits, The chicken is back. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Look forward to Ace Attorney Gumshoe Investigations. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected, somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate. Immortality! Yeah, I managed to complete the game today. I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. Thanks, Squillix, and it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Shoot Takumi! Well, there we go! That was Ghost Trick. I wish we could see Yomiel. There might still be some post-credit stuff. Ah, okay, wait, it's not over. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. Is he eating spaghetti? I think he is. I've never seen anyone eat spaghetti that way, but... he likes spaghetti. Refined man. Well, okay, no. Well, as long as there's still something going, I can't really talk about anything else. How do you like that? Not bad, huh? With a white coat, too. Yeah, I wouldn't wear that white coat eating spaghetti. Stains, you know, tomato sauce. What kind of example is the other word? Not the touch of my spaghetti. Here's your food, gentlemen. Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you were gonna be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. You're not my bar, my guy. Oh, you have no idea the length I go to reach my goals.
La la la.
I've never cooked this way before, so exotic, so exciting. You don't take off your shoe like that when you're at a bar or something? Why could we see in the dark all the time? Is this really necessary? But our very best customer requested it. No, good luck with the taste testing. Because if cats do that, right? Maybe that's the reason? Yeah, I'm not sure. Or maybe because ghosts can. I mean, the doggo could as well. So I don't know. And those two are free. Well, I guess they never got manipulated by the manipulator. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got it right. Are you sure we really need all these explosives? Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. Don't you think you need a longer fuse? Wait a minute, 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams. Money! Ah, these three. So this is where you work, huh, Papa? Well, I guess his wife never got angry at him if he never signed the execution slip or something. Darling husband, crap, I don't get enough time to read. You must have heard some juicy stories, the indiscretions of a minister, perhaps. Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel? Here is to the stodgy mind of my darling husband. Think. Yeah, they get along now. This deal is going quite well. Oh, I must say these grapes are quite good, my man. The Yonoi is about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir. Egad! Oh, he lost his head. Keep it together, man. Are you trying to give me a case of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now. Well, I ended up streaming a bit longer than I had planned, but... well, at least it's better than just leaving 20 minutes of the stream to for tomorrow. That would have been a bit silly to cut in the middle of the ending. Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah. Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll. The pigeon seems to be into it. Headbanging. Stop the park from charging admission. Headbanging pigeons. I love it. How these two? Today's the day, you know, he's finally getting out. You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that. Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. Dance with those flyers, my guy. We call it Dance Away the Pain. Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week? You got it! So, is that the full scrolling of the last bit of the credits? Okay, I guess it is. So yeah, tomorrow night I will be streaming a little bit of Burnout Paradise, as I am still trying to figure out what game I want to stream in full next. I have a few ideas, but no, I haven't made any decision yet about it. I may stream Burnout Paradise maybe a day or two. Maybe a bit of Xenoblade Chronicles as well. So I was about to say who was getting out, but obviously it's Yomiel. Duh, me. Yeah, it's probably him. Wearing the same outfit? Well, I guess his legs are fine. 10 long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. Well, I guess he had a girl at gunpoint and stuff, so, thank you, Sissel. Ah, Keiji Inafune was the executive producer on that one. Oh, we remember. That's what I said. His legs are fine. Ah, that's what he painted. The cat jumped from the painting in the top screen to the photograph in the bottom one. No, they don't remember everything. Yeah. So, okay, there we go. Well, there we go. That was the finale of Ghost Trick on the Nintendo DS. Then I will be back tomorrow for sure with Burnout, Paradise on the Switch, and then I will be thinking about what I want to stream as a full game next. Uh, I have a few ideas. There are a few Zelda games that I have left to stream. I wanted to stream Cave Story, and then there's another JRPG I had in mind of streaming also. So I still have to ponder these things and make overlays so I can stream this anyway. But yeah, it was a great game. I quite liked it. I can't believe I didn't play it up until now. Would have made me cry tears of joy if Cecil went to live with Diomiel and his wife Cecil, but his life now is also good. Yeah, we don't get to see that happy ending for that character either. Yes, so yeah, there is that. Yeah, that would have been cool, but that was not to be. You guys are all welcome. I'm glad you liked it. Well, I hope I can manage to provide just as good entertainment in the future then. I guess games as exceptional as this one are, well, let's just say that they're not quite as good as this one. So there's that to consider. Well, anyway, I'll be off then. See you guys tomorrow if you can make it, if you're interested in what I have to show tomorrow. And, well, take care of yourselves. That's for sure. See you next time. Bye-bye. Yeah, okay, Jeff. See ya. See ya, everyone.